there soon, I claim it. And I don't even need the crowds. I bet they probably hate you now. I heard they try to tear you down. They saying that you change with the fame just because you see the world a little different now. Man, that's cold. This how the truth unfolds. Gotta get goals to fit your mold. Thank God, man, he's in control. I follow his place with accent O's like, whoa, buddy, I'ma do my thing. Cream of the crop like creme brulee. Reppin' my God, man, I ain't changed, so I ain't trying to hear what you gon' say. I'm gon' make it anyway. Don't compare, we hate the same. I ain't trying to play no games. Keep the Jesus on the chain. With no delays, don't you stop me not today. I ain't never had a thing, so I ain't here to play no games. I'm gon' make it anyway. Don't compare, we ain't the same. I ain't trying to play no games. Keep the Jesus on the chain. At the top with no delays, don't you stop me not today. I ain't never had a thing, so I ain't here to play no games.
I ain't with the games, don't push my buttons. They can never stop me or slow me for nothing. Headed to the top, all in, no bluffing. In God we trust, man. Just keep trucking.
What's going on, everybody? You already know what time it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I am here. Welcome to my Tuesday live Q&As. You guys already know what time it is. Let me make sure everything is adjusted here. All right, let me make sure everything is set up here. If you're in right now, just go ahead and leave something in the chat room. So I'll introduce yourself. Let me know where you're coming from. But this is my Tuesday Q&A with WesTheTech. Thank you guys so much for joining in. There's a lot of great questions that we're going to be answering today. And of course, I just need to get a lot of the particulars out the way, okay? So first and foremost, as you guys know, I'm here to answer any music industry questions you guys may have. So this is what this live stream is all about. Of course, I have my typical Tech Tip Thursdays that I do every Thursday, release a new one every Thursday to answer you guys' questions. But I wanted to do something so that I could answer questions more immediate, especially because I get a lot of questions that's asked in my comment section, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, sometimes it takes a long time to get through them all, you know what I mean? So now I decided to pretty much just start this Tuesday live Q&As so that I can answer any music industry questions that you guys may have. So that's why I did this here, all right? Those of you who are watching on IG, all right, if you have any music industry questions that you would like answered today, I would strongly advise you to join in on my YouTube channel, because on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be answering any music industry questions that you guys may have live right here on YouTube, all right? So any questions that's asked live here, you'll actually have a chance to win a free prize, all right? And what that free prize is my ebook, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business, okay? I actually have a hard copy here, all right, 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business, but I will actually be sending you the email or the ebook version of this today for the best question that is asked on my live today, all right? So if you guys want to be able to participate in that raffle and be able to participate in the best question answered, then all you got to do is join into my YouTube channel, all right, log into the show right here on YouTube and type in your questions in the chat. The best question asked will get that free ebook today, all right? But of course, guys, thank you for everyone for joining in. You know, there's a lot to talk about today. You know, there's a lot of things that's been happening just in general when it comes to the music industry. All right. Of course, you know, everyone knows everything that's going on with Universal, and, you know, music group and everything else that's going on. So I just wanted to pinpoint a couple of things, all right, before I actually started answering the questions, as I wait for more and more people to join in on this here. All right, you guys have to understand, as independent artists, there's a lot of stuff that we hear, there's a lot of stuff that happens that we don't really have to partake in because we are in the independent sector, all right? So when you hear a lot of this news, it's good information to have, but not all music industry news affects us as independent artists because we're not tied to record labels and things like that. We're all independent artists, right? So you have to always keep that in mind anytime that you're hearing any music industry news, all right? I just seen a couple more people joined in on my live on IG. Welcome, welcome. What's going on, Dime? What's going on, Diamond? What's going on? Thank you guys for joining in on my IG live. I'm answering music industry questions live right here on YouTube. All right, so if you guys can, go ahead, click on the link in my bio and join me right here on YouTube. Ask your questions right in the chat, and the best music industry question gets a free gift. All right, a free gift from me personally. So if you want a chance to get that free gift, just answer some questions right here on my live, and I'll be able to see whoever has the best question asked will actually get that free gift. And of course, any questions that's asked here is of course here to help us all out as independent artists. You know, this is a community that I'm trying to grow here, that we all could just help each other out, and this, that, and the third. So everyone who's watching on YouTube live right now, I would very, very much like for you guys to just introduce yourself. Let me know you're watching. Let me know where you're coming from. And also share your music links, share your page links, because I want everyone who joined in to subscribe to each other, to follow each other and things like that, and just help each other out as we're learning together. Amen. All right, so without any further ado, I definitely want to get to the first question here. Let's see. I see a question is already being asked on the chat, and it's from Calvin Lyons. Welcome to the Tuesday live Q&A, Calvin. Thank you for joining in. Please, I see your question, but also let me know where you're from. Also, please share your music link. If you have any music link, whatever you want us to subscribe to, if it's your YouTube channel, if it's your Spotify, whatever the link is, add the link as well, Calvin, because I want to help you out by adding an additional follower and things like that. All right, so make sure you add that as well. All right, so to the question Calvin is asking here, how can you make a stable income off of doing music? All right, so that's a great question, and that's a question that I hear a lot when it comes to being an independent artist, because it's all about putting yourself in a position to leave that 9-to-5 job so that you can do music full time. But how exactly do you make that income? Well, if I'm just answering the question, how can you make a stable income off of doing music, it can't just be your music. And that's the key, all right? Especially as an independent artist, you can't just rely on your music alone, all right? Oh, you're from Cali, all right? Well, welcome way on the, so you're tuning in a little bit earlier because it's noon where I'm at right now in the East, but thank you again for joining in, all right? So great question. There's a lot of different things that you can do when it comes to the music alone, all right, to gain income. But you don't just want to rely on the music by itself, especially in the very beginning, because in the very beginning, you're not going to be making that much of an income with your music because your fan base isn't big enough yet, all right? So until your fan base gets to a point that is big enough and you could literally live off of the music alone, there are other things that you have to incorporate as an independent artist in order to actually be able to make income. All right, now I'm gonna take a moment here and I'm actually going to show you guys some things here. And I see Norman Sand just joined in on YouTube. Welcome, brother. And actually, y'all go check out his music. I'm actually a big fan of his music. I see a lot of stuff that he posts on IG. He got some fire music, always has a dope flow. Make sure y'all check his stuff out as well. All right, Norman, make sure to put your link on the chat so people could see that as well. All right, and they can follow you as well and check out some of your stuff. And Calvin, don't forget to do the same as well. All right, make sure you guys are doing that. But thank you, Norman, for joining in. It's truly a pleasure and an honor having you. All right, so let me show you something here, Calvin. So if you go to my channel, right, and you click on this little search bar right here, and all you got to pretty much do is type in money. All right, because there's a video that I did not too long ago right here, right? 4 ways to make money as an independent artist, right? In this video, I show you other things that you could actually do to make music besides the music alone, because again, like I told you, you can't just rely on the music alone, all right? And as you can see, it has 11K views, and a lot of people have told me a lot of those things help. One quick thing that I could tell you that could really help you as an independent artist, that has really helped me, is selling merch, all right? And the cool thing about selling merch nowadays, Calvin, is you actually don't have to buy the merch yourself. You don't have to hold an inventory. You could literally start selling merch at $0, all right? And I actually have a video to help out with that as well. So Calvin, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to share this link to the chat here. Norma, I see you. Thanks, bro. No, for sure, for sure. I mean every word of it, bro. You're dope. You're dope. You make dope music. Your flow, everything is dope, though. Hopefully one day we could collab on something because I think we will make a dope record together. But okay, so that's the link on this right here, 4 ways to make money as an independent artist. But one of those ways, Calvin, is, like I said, to sell merch, right? So I'll just show you here, going to my page. You know, I don't even have to go to my page. Just right here, this is my merch. This right here, this is my merch. And most of the time I'm wearing my merch anyway, right? So these are things that I actually sell on my website. These are things that any independent artist could do, all right? And it helps out great, especially when you're doing shows and performances and things like that as well, because it's quick money, right? You can sell a t-shirt for $25. In order to make $25 in music, you gotta have a lot of streams, because you gotta remember, Spotify, you have to have 360 streams to make $1, right? So now you gotta take that 360 streams and times it by 25 to make $25, right? Or you could just sell one t-shirt, all right, and get $25. You sell 4 t-shirts, you get $100. It'll take you a minute to get $100 when it comes to your music. You need a couple thousand streams. So that's just one example that you can have to actually make money outside of the music. You don't just want to rely on the music alone. You could sell merch. There are other things that you could do as well. And I laid out the four best ways, or the 4 ways that I've done it right here in this video right here, so you can check it out. D, what's going on? Thank you for joining in on IG Live. I'm on YouTube right now just doing music industry tips live. Any music industry questions that you might have, hop into my YouTube, check it out. The link is in the bio. Best question that's asked on the live today will get a free gift from me. All right, so yeah, that's this video here. I shared the link right there. I got to see those links to those channels, those pages, your Spotify, something. Make sure you put it in. Make sure you guys put it in, because I want you guys to share y'all information and things like that as well. All right. Also, I want to show you guys this video as well. All right, how to sell your own merch for musicians. In this video, I actually show you step by step how to set everything up so that you could start selling merch at $0. So I know I mentioned that while I was talking about the merch, so I'll share the link to this here as well. And it's really, really dope. It's really, really dope. So definitely check out that link for those of you who are watching now, and anyone who's watching the replay. If you want to know how to sell merch, you could do that there. But you got to think outside of just selling the music, because just selling the music alone is going to take you a long time to get to where you want to be, all right? Because essentially for the majority of the beginning of your music career, you're investing in everything, right? Because you're trying to grow your fan base, you're trying to get bigger and things like that. So for me, every penny that I make off of my merch, every penny that I make off of my music, I just reinvest it right back into the music, right? Whether it's through marketing or through this or through that, because I'm just flipping it, just like any homie in the street flipping, you know, the white stuff or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much the same deal, right? But you're doing it the good way. You're doing it through the music. You're doing it in ways that you ain't gonna get arrested. You get what I'm saying? So I hope that answered your question, Calvin, and I hope those videos definitely do help out. All right, if you got that information, just give me a thumbs up or whatever. Just let me know, and I'll be highly appreciated as well. Okay, Pretty Girl Progressions, thank you so much for joining in to my YouTube live. Again, best music industry question that's asked live here on YouTube will get a free gift on me. All right, my ebook, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. And actually in that ebook, I mentioned a lot of things. All right, and just to give you guys a little secret, I actually have a second book that I'm actually working on right now. All right, I just started it, so you guys are actually the first to know about it. And that book is literally about what you asked, Calvin. It's about marketing strategies and how to actually make an income as an independent artist. So be on the lookout for that. I know that's probably one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time. All right, I know my video shows 4 ways, but there's a lot of other ways that I've learned throughout the years, and I'm basically compile all of that into a book and sell it to you guys. So if you guys want to be on the lookout for that, just make sure you are subscribed to my email listing, because I'm going to be sending emails on all of that stuff as well. All right, but great question, Calvin. Thank you for asking it. All right, and again, I hope that helped out. All right, so now I'm going to get to another question here. All right, one of the questions that was left on the comment section here. And I always like pulling those up because sometimes when I see a really good question in the comment section, I definitely want to highlight it and talk about it. All right. So this was a comment that was left on the video that I did. Should you use Symphonic for music distribution? All right. Now, this is a great question. It's from Akeem876 underscore. All right. And basically he said that Symphonic is the best. I guess I am just moving from 1 RPM. So far, Symphonic is efficient and quick. All right. So this isn't an actual question, but I do remember why I wanted to save this, because I actually wanted to show you guys something here that Symphonic has that I've noticed no other music distribution company has. And I just got to physically show it to you guys. So you guys got to check this out, right? So if for any reason you guys decide to leave whatever music distribution company that you have, and you want to go to Symphonic. Symphonic has this transfer ability that is unreal. It is absolutely unreal, and I kind of want to show you guys what I mean. Let me see. It's somewhere here. Transfer track. See this right here? It's ability that you can have right here. It's called transfer track. And essentially what you could do is you could import any song from any other music distribution right into Symphonic, and they do everything for you. And all you literally have to do is click new import. All right. And I see, for me, I already linked my Spotify, but once you link your Spotify, it'll literally show you all your songs that are out right now. These are literally all my songs right now, all of them, right? And all I did was shared my actual Spotify link to them, and they were able to know right away that, boom, okay, this is his page, this is his account. And from there, you can actually just click on every last one of those songs and import it straight over from whatever your distribution was straight over to Symphonic music. So it's an amazing feature, and I definitely wanted to let you guys know about that. That's why I actually saved that particular comment there, because he was talking about that as well. And I've been looking more into Symphonic as well, because I'm actually making a transition right now from DistroKid to Symphonic, simply because I just want to try it out, right? There's so many amazing features and amazing things that Symphonic has that I just was like, you know what? I'm going to do my next release on Symphonic and see how it goes from there. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to check it out. And I see you guys joining in on IG. Thack Music or T-Hack Music, thank you for joining in. What's going on, Ted? Ted joining in. Appreciate you guys for joining in on IG Live. If you got any music industry questions that you want answered today live, go ahead and click on the link in my bio and check out my YouTube channel. I'm on YouTube Live right now as well. Best question that is asked on my YouTube Live today in the chat room will actually get my ebook, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business, for free. All right, it's at $45 value, but you can have a chance to get it free today. All you got to do is ask a music industry question, and like I said, the best question will get that on me. All right, so what I wanted to show you guys, going back to Symphonic, is if you want to know more about Symphonic, I did a whole video on them, and that's what that particular comment was on. So I want to share that link with you guys as well before continuing. All right, and should you use Symphonic? And in this video, I literally go in and I break down everything, all of their features, everything that they have, and guys, they got some great stuff. And they're the first music distribution company that has actually got me interested in maybe checking them out. So I think you guys should check it out as well. I just shared the link with you guys just now. All right, that link will actually show you exactly where that video is. All right, again, for those of you who are rewatching this or whatever the case may be. All right, so that was a great comment that I just wanted to make sure that I had, and I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys. All right, so I'm not seeing any links. I need to see those music links. I need us to continue to build this community. All right, so And Calvin, I see. Thank you. You're much appreciated. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for asking the question, because when we ask questions, everybody learns, right? So I appreciate you for asking the question for real, for real. So the next question here was actually a comment that was on the best music distribution service for 2024. All right. And the question was from Young D Fly. All right. And the question is, how do we know Two Lost and DistroKid actually gives us 100% royalties? They can tell us anything. We don't know the facts. How we really making? All right. So essentially, I know the question he's asking. He's like, how do we know if these music distribution companies are actually giving us 100% of our music royalties when it comes to streaming services? Well, to be quite honest with you, we don't know, but we can actually do the math if we wanted to. All right. So here's the thing. Quite frankly, nobody gets 100% of their music royalties when it comes to music streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, this, that, and the third. And the reason I say that is because those streaming services typically take a percentage before anything is given to you in the first place. All right. So Spotify, for example, every royalty that you get, every amount of royalty that you get from Spotify takes a small percentage out of it, whether it's 10% or whatever that percentage may be. From that point, the remaining of that you get to keep. And what these music distribution like companies like Two Lost and DistroKid is saying is that you're getting 100% of the royalties that's available to you after the streaming service takes their cut, right? So really and truly, nobody's getting 100%, but DistroKid and Two Lost and those companies that offer 100% royalties, they're offering you 100% royalties after that cut is made, and them themselves aren't taking any cut out of it. All right. So the only cut that is actually being taken from it is from the streaming service. So yes, you are getting 100%. And if you were to actually look up the percentage, it's all public information. You can look up the percentage right there in Spotify terms and conditions. You can actually see how much you get paid per stream, and then you could do the math and add it all up to see if you're actually getting 100% if you wanted to do all that work. I've actually done it myself because I'm a math person and I just like looking at those things. You get what I'm saying? But I have checked itself, and yes, as far as Spotify specifically, I do know that the math is right. I haven't checked for every other place, but I know Spotify is right. So for sure, I definitely hope that answers the questions to Young D Fly. And I see Chihuahua finally got a chance to see you on live, bro. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, Chihuahua is coming straight out of Africa, so y'all give a big shout out to him. The live has just became international. We international today. You get what I'm saying? Definitely check Chihuahua out. He's an amazing artist. All right, he does Christian music just like myself. All right, and we actually have a collaboration that we've been working on for a little while now, and I can't wait to show you guys that because it's a fire track. All right, but not to derail. All right, we're gonna continue with this here. I gotta hit you up ASAP, bro, for sure. And again, thank you so much for joining in. Dion, thank you as well for joining in on IG Live. All right, I'm basically answering music industry questions live right here on IG and on YouTube. But if you have any music industry questions, you definitely want to be on YouTube because I'll answer your questions live right here on YouTube. And the best question that is asked will actually get a free gift on me. So Dean, if you have any music industry questions, all you got to do is ask and you'll have a chance to win that gift. All right, so thank you guys for joining in. I love this here. We're building this community. Yes. Chihuahuas, make sure you put your link up. All right. That way other people can subscribe to it as well. And any links that you see as well, make sure you subscribe to them as well. Because like I said, we're building a community here. All right. If you want to be a part of the community, that's cool too. But if you want to be a part of the community, right, be part of the independent music community or whatever, I'll come up with a better name at some point. All right. Definitely join in. All right. Pretty good progression, WesTheTech, Africa. Yeah. Chihuahua's from Africa, man. He makes dope music too. He be singing and everything. He be going off for sure. All right, so let's go to the next question here. All right, next question is actually, it was asked on how to register your song with ASCAP. All right, so the question was from Whole Food Plant People, all right? And I don't know if he's an artist, but okay. Whole Food Plant People, all right? Looking up, nice big smile on his face. All right, so the question is, does YouTube provide ISRC codes? All right, so this is a very, very great question. All right, now before I answer this question, for those of you who don't know what that is, I feel like it is my obligation to actually let you guys know what the ISRC code is. The ISRC code is the International Standard Recording Code. All right. Yes, I even know what the acronym stands for. And essentially what that is the barcode, so to speak, to your music, right? So when you let's see, when you have a book, right, or when you purchase a book, right, you see the little barcode on the bottom, all right? That is the ISBN code. That's for books, right? When you buy something from the store, right, like, let's see, I have these cashews here. By the way, guys, I always have snacks, but I have these cashews here, right? There's a barcode right here, right? That's the item barcode for food, right? That's a different barcode. I forgot the name of those barcodes, but essentially everything that's being sold, everything that's being tracked has a type of barcode, right? For music, that barcode is the ISRC code, all right? Now, when it comes to YouTube, YouTube actually does not provide you with the ISRC code. So if you upload a song to YouTube, you will actually not get an ISRC code. The only way that you can actually get that code is, well, there's two ways you could get it. One, you could purchase ISRC codes yourself, all right, and register the song to that ISRC code. Or you could just distribute your music through a music distribution company, and they will automatically register you and have the code for you. Just like when you go to, let's say, Amazon and you publish your book, and they automatically give you the ISBN number and publish it and do it all for you to distribute your book to Amazon. It's the same way music distribution companies do for you when it comes to your music, all right? So it's the same thing. That's where you find it, all right? Now, if you're just uploading your music on YouTube and you're not using a music distribution company, I strongly advise against it. The reason for that is because there is no copyright. It's not protected, essentially, right? Somebody else could just come in, get their song right off of YouTube and use that song in their videos or on YouTube, and there's no content ID attached to it or anything like that. So it's never safe to just release your music on YouTube. All right, it's always safer to do it through a music distribution, because most music distribution companies will have the YouTube content ID, and that will basically be your copyright protection when it comes to YouTube specifically. All right, so this question would really only come up if you're not using a music distribution company. So I feel like I had to mention that. I had to say that there, just so that Whole Food Plant people can know. All right, because I, of course, share this information to those who are watching and those who answer the questions. All right, Angel, thank you so much for joining in on IG Live. I'm answering, and anybody else who's joining in on IG Live, I'm answering music industry questions right here on YouTube Live as we speak. If you have any music industry questions that you would like asked or answered, ask the question right here on YouTube Live, and the best question asked will actually get a free gift, my ebook, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. All right, so let's move on to the next question here. Next question is actually it was actually on that same video, Best Music Distribution Service for 2024. All right, and this question was asked from Side Hustle 24/7/8. All right, it sounded like they tried to do 24/7, but they couldn't because somebody else stole it, so they had to put, or had it already, so they had to put it 8. But anyways, the question is, as a lyricist, is there anything out there? How to sell lyrics, how to protect oneself, where can connections be made, etc. Thank you. Okay, so this is a great question, and I feel like I need to take a major moment to explain that this is a part of the industry that a lot of people aren't paying attention to, but it is a very lucrative part of the music industry, all right? And that is people who write music, people who write lyrics, people who sell lyrics and things like that, and writers of a lot of these songs. You guys have to understand that some of the biggest artists in the world, especially when we're talking about R&B, we're talking about pop, we're talking about, those particular genres. Not so much hip hop, but it does happen in hip hop as well. All right. A lot of these genres have other people writing the music, right? So when you take a look at someone like Rihanna performs so many, she has so many hit songs, so many hit records, right? But she hasn't written most of them, right? But somebody did, right? And that person is actually collecting an income and collecting royalties on behalf of that song, and they will continue to collect up until that song no longer exists, right? I'm being facetious here because obviously the song is always going to be here. You get what I'm saying? To give you an example, Rude Boy from Rihanna, right? That was actually written by Esther Dean. All right. Esther Dean is one of those people who's in the industry, but you may not know her as much because she is actually a writer. She writes for a lot of people, right? Another example of someone who's been writing music for years, all right, The Dream, all right? Now, The Dream came out with his own music, all right? Of course, he was successful and everything like that as well. But most of his early career was writing music for tons of people, Beyonce included, all right? Now, think about it for a second. Like, if you're one of those people who, let's say, you can't actually sing, right? Or you can't rap, you can't actually perform it, but you can write something dope, right? You can still be the music industry. That doesn't mean that you can't make money in the music industry. You absolutely can. You just got to be a writer, right? Or you just got to be a producer or a beat maker or whatever the case may be. Writing is a big, big deal. It's something that I feel like people don't talk about. All right, you always hear the artist, you always hear the producer, right? The person who made the beat, all right? You even hear the promoter, you know what I'm saying? Or the marketing people, but the people who actually wrote the music, those are the people out here who really making the money, right? Because, like I said, they get royalties on it and they will get it forever. When you're actually submitting your music, there are different types of royalties that you get. You get the performance royalty, right? The person who performed the song. And then you get the writing royalty, the person who wrote the song, right? Rihanna's not getting any of the writing royalties. She's only getting the performance royalties, right? That's what makes it so crazy. You could literally, and if someone that famous or that big picks up a song that you wrote, you're going to be good for a very, very long time. You get what I'm saying? So for those of you who feel like you can't sing, or for those of you who feel like you don't have, or you think you don't have what it takes to actually be the artist, all right? But you can write music. You can make a dope song. You just know that you can't actually bring that song to life yourself. Definitely look into the world of being a writer, a songwriter for the music industry, because like I said, it's very, very lucrative. And honestly, it's dope because you never got to leave your house. You literally just be sending. You don't got to perform on no stage. You don't got to go on no tour. You don't got to send demos and do all of this extra stuff, right? You could literally live a perfectly humble life at your crib and be banking because you decided to write a song for somebody famous. You get what I'm saying? So definitely look into that. Now, to answer some of the questions in regards to this question, how do I sell lyrics? All right. So typically how that works for a writer, the best way that I've seen it is what a writer does is they'll pay someone, like, let's say you're an R&B writer, right? What you want to do is you want to pay someone who can sing to sing the song that you wrote. And then what you want to do is you want to send that song out as a demo. You could send that to so many different places. You could contact music directors and things like that and all of these different things and just send it out, right? When they hear it, then they'll have an idea of how the song was written, how you wanted the song to sound and things like that. And if they like it, they'll actually pick it up, right? I'm trying to remember what a song that everybody knows. Britney Spears. Aha, hit me, Britney Spears, right? All right. Hit me, baby, one more time, right? Crazy story. I feel like I gotta share, right? So that song was actually written by somebody else. That person actually wrote that song for TLC, right? Now, when you really think about it, think about how the song sounds. Oh, baby, baby, right? That sounds like TLC. If you go back and listen to that song, it sounds like TLC. That's what it was originally. That's who it was originally written for, right? They sent the demo over, which you could do as a songwriter. You could literally listen to Rihanna's music. You know how she sounds. You could create a demo that you think that if Rihanna did it, it would be dope in her style, in her sound, the way her music is. Send it over to them and see if they pick it up, right? That's what this person did. They sent it over to TLC, sent it over to the label, all right, and sent the demo over. TLC turned it down. They turned it down. They didn't want it. They didn't care for it much. Hit Me Baby, they didn't care for it much. But guess what the person did? They kept sending the demos to other places. And then eventually it was picked up by Britney Spears' team. She ended up doing the record, ended up being the biggest record that she had at the time, obviously, and she literally blew up after that song. You get what I'm saying? So that's the unique thing about being a writer is like all you need is one person to pick it up. So even if that person turns it down, somebody else will pick it up, all right? And that's essentially what writing is all about. All right, now how to protect oneself. All right, I believe that was also one of the questions, how to protect oneself as a writer. Of course, you want to sign up with you could either copyright it or you could use a performing rights organization. Register yourself as a songwriter. Be registered with a performing rights organization as a songwriter so that your lyrics are protected. All right, and lastly, where can connections be made? Internet, music industry events, all right, social media, obviously, and contacting music people directly and making demos, all of those things that I mentioned before. So I hope that answered the questions of Side Hustle 2478. And songwriting is definitely a side hustle that can become a major successful career if you're good at it, right? So great question here. Now I'm gonna go over here to the messages here and so the chat and see. I think I got some questions. Okay, so Chiwaz has a great question here. All right, so the question is, so I'm struggling with my TikTok to set up my music catalog. After uploading TikTok, said it should take in 200 plus days. What can I do? Okay, so that is a weird thing that's been going on with a lot of people when it comes to TikTok. If you guys don't know, currently speaking, TikTok has this thing going on where you can actually have your music catalog on your TikTok page. As an artist, you can now become a verified artist on TikTok. And they will actually put a tab on your TikTok just showing the music that you have, right? And of course, it'll link it to the people who are using your music and things like that. But a lot of music distribution companies aren't actually able to get your music on there. For example, me, myself, I registered through it. It shouldn't take 200 plus days. So I don't know, Chiwas. I don't know if that may be an international issue or whatever the case may be, but it's only supposed to take 30 days. It took about 30 days for me, and I ended up being registered, so I am a verified artist now. But the weird thing is that my music on that I distributed on my catalog is actually not showing up. The only song that's actually showing up is a song that I featured with another artist, right? So that tells me that whatever distribution company that other artists use, they are actually connected to TikTok in a way that their music will show up, right? I'm with DistroKid now, and that's not and my music isn't showing up on that TikTok music catalog. So I think DistroKid currently has an issue with that and currently is unable to do that because it is a fairly recent feature. All right, I don't know how much longer it is going to take. I haven't really contacted DistroKid about it. Maybe if I contact them, they'll be able to fix it. But I am going to look into that more and see what's going on. Chiwas, I'm not sure what music distribution company you're using, but if DistroKid is the one that you're using, that may be the issue rate within itself. All right, because like I said, my music isn't showing up on my catalog. The only music that's showing up is the features, right? And that's obviously annoying for me as well because I'm like, I need my music to show up on my TikTok because when people go to my music tab, they should be able to see my music and not just my features. So I'm gonna look into that further, Chiwas, and of course I have your personal information, so I'll contact you if I get any more information on that. And let's see, you have another question here. So the other question you have is in regards to Sound Exchange. Okay, so also I need help with figuring out Sound Exchange setup, or maybe there would be a better platform for me to collect checks for radio play, especially if I'm being played in different parts of the world. All right, and it shows you're currently in Canada. All right, well, I don't know how cold it is up there, especially coming from where you're coming from, Chihuahuas, but I think Canada is pretty nice at this time of year. But okay, so sound exchange. As of right now, to answer your question, Chihuahuas, no. Sound exchange is very, very necessary right now. There is no alternative, so to speak, for sound exchange right now. All right, because sound exchange primarily collects revenue for non-interactive radio. All right, now before I continue, I'm gonna pause there, and I actually want to show you guys this video right here. All right, I'm gonna go in the search bar and I'll type in royalties. All right, so this video that I made, how to get all your music royalties. All right, and this might help you out as well, Calvin, so you know, because I know you mentioned how to get an income off of your music. Well, even though I told you there's other things that you need to do besides this music, but you also want to make sure that you are getting all the possible income that you can get with your music. All right, so this video right here, how to get all your music royalties, I actually talk about all the different ways, things that you have to sign up for in order to make sure that you're getting all your music royalties. And Sound Exchange is one of those things that you absolutely have to sign up for. I just shared the link in the chat with you guys here, so you can check out that video. Sound Exchange is one of those things on this video, and the reason it is very, very important to have Sound Exchange is because with Sound Exchange they collect non-interactive radio, so they collect royalties for things like Sirius XM, right, for iHeartRadio, right, for Chihuahuas, for you specifically, what's Sirius XM, right? Sirius XM, iHeartRadio, Pandora is another one. All right, those are those radios that you can't actually interact with. You can't change it or anything. You just listen to it, right? That's what Sound Exchange collects royalties for. So currently, Chihuahuas, yes, you do need it. You do have to get registered for it. I'm not sure why you're having difficulties registering for it, but definitely reach out to me on that. There is a setup process when it comes to it, and sometimes that setup process can be a little challenging, but reach out to me and I can see what I could do to definitely help you out with that, because if you got music, especially on Holy Culture Radio, on Sirius XM Radio, they got royalty waiting for you already. All right, so make sure you get it registered so that you could collect that and everything like that. All right, so, and I also noticed that you did say DistroKid. Okay, so you're with DistroKid, which means that you're probably having a very, very similar issue that I'm having when it comes to getting your music to show up on the music tab on your TikTok. So once I find the answer to that, Chihuahuas, I'm definitely gonna let you know for sure. And I just noticed that Pure Lyrics joined in, Flex Speed joined in, TH Motive joined in. Thank you guys for joining in on my IG live. If you guys want any music industry questions answered live right here today, join into the YouTube live. All right, so leave IG live, join into my YouTube live. Type in your music industry questions right in the live. All right, best music industry question answered will get a free gift today, and that gift is my ebook, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. It's a great ebook. So guys, make sure you're joining into the YouTube live and you're asking the question on YouTube live for your chance to win. All right, but thank you guys for joining in. Thank you guys for your continued support. It really means a lot to me, for real. All right, so let's go ahead and see here. And also make sure you guys, Chihuahuas and everybody else, make sure you guys are putting your music link, whether it's your YouTube link or your Spotify link or your Apple Music link. Share your link, because I want everybody on here to follow each other and subscribe to each other and things like that. So just put one link up of your music, whichever one that you want, whether you want a YouTube or whatever, and we're all gonna follow each other here, all right, because we're a community and we're growing together. All right, so Pretty Girl Progression just said, I just want someone to make me a music star. That's why I'm here. All right. Oh gosh. Okay, so first and foremost, in order to be a music star, you have to make music, obviously. And if you're already making music, then This is what you need to do. You need to grab this ebook here, the 13 Steps to Start Your Music Business, because you got to get everything in line, everything right with you, so that you're able to collect enough revenue to leave that 9-to-5 job, make music full time. And then from that point, the sky's the limits. You know, music star may be the next thing for you. You know what I'm saying? But the goal, first and foremost, is to put yourself in a position to do music full time. That way, that music could handle all of your bills, and you could just focus on doing music. That's the first step. And then from there, we're gonna go to the superstar. You feel me? So that was funny. I love the little jumping jack or what is that thing called again? I forgot. Somersault, whatever that thing is, emoji. That's hilarious. All right. It looked like someone just threw this child. Look at that. That's hilarious. All right. Chihuahua said, I'm going to reach out to you after this, fam, if that's okay. Yeah, for sure, for sure. See, that's the great thing about having my contact information. All right. You can reach out to me directly. All right. Now, for those of you who aren't that close to me yet, get close to me, because if you're close to me and you can actually contact me, I'll help you out just to help you out, right? We could build a relationship and things like that. Other than that, you got to be a member, and I'm going to have to do music business coaching session with you. And unfortunately, my time isn't free, all right? But for my friends and family, it always is, because that's just the type of person I am, right? But outside of that, I'm still here to help you guys out with these videos, with moments like this, so definitely take advantage of it. I got this one guy who usually comes in every Tuesday, and he asks all his questions, always, you know, and it's so smart. It's so smart to do that, because when you're taking advantage of what's available to you, and that's what you have to do as an independent artist, right? TH Motor said, I'm close to you, big bro. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You've been following me for a minute here, and you're definitely always supporting and things, and I appreciate that. And I've helped you. You know, I helped a lot of people, and that's really what I'm here to do. That's the calling that God gave me to be out here doing. You know, I just enjoy making music myself, because I have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? But my true purpose is really to help you guys out in any way that I can. So let me help you, but you got to put yourself in the right position by joining into my Tuesday lives and things like that. All right. So let's see here. Eva's World, what's going on? What's going on? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining in on IG Live. I'm just on IG letting everyone know that I'm on YouTube. All right, and any music industry questions that you want answered, you can ask it live on my YouTube channel. All right, and the best question that's asked, get a free ebook from me today. All right, Chihuahua says Pretty Girl Progression ain't here to play. Straight to the question. I know, right? How do I be a star? Forget everything else. Make me a star. That's great. That's great. She ain't playing no games. All right. And since I just said that, that's a shameless plug. I'm gonna have to do a shameless plug. Okay, so you guys, I gotta show you guys something right here, right? So the music that's been playing in the background is my music, right? There's this song right here called No Games. I'm actually wearing a hat for it right now. No Games. Y'all go show this song some love. All right. This was my second single, all right, but this single I did in a very, very tough part of my life, right? But this song really motivated and inspired everything that I was capable. Where I'm at now, I wouldn't have been the case if it wasn't for this song. I'm gonna share that link, so if you guys could do me a favor and just check out that song when y'all get a chance, because it still inspires me to today, and I felt the need that I had to do that little shameless plug. All right. So let's get back to business. Let's focus. All right. So next question asked here. All right, and this will actually be the last question that's asked, at least for the ones that I saved up here. And the question is, this was another question that was asked for Symphonic. Does Symphonic have record label services for unlimited artists releasing music under that label? All right, this is actually a great question, and this question was asked by Makinana. All right, Makin. All right, you know what? That's it. 91, and the question is about Symphonics. Do they have record label services? To be honest, I don't know. Let's find out. All right, so let's see. Symphonic. Oh, let me move this keyboard a little bit. Okay, Symphonic record label services. I don't know if they do, because I do know I am with them right now. I did sign up with them, but I don't think that they actually have record label services at face value, but they absolutely could. Um, okay, here we go. Who we've established? Okay, we've provided thousands of new and established record labels, managers, and artists with global digital music distribution. All right, so it sounds like you can distribute with them as a record label. All right, but as far as the services available, do they have unique services for a record label? I don't think so. I don't think that they do. I think that they really just offer just distribution. There are a lot of things that they do offer, but I don't think it's tied specifically to record labels. I think that they just offer a lot of those services to any artist who's actually distributing with them. But if you are a record label and you wanted to partake in those same services, you can. I'm not sure if they actually have services specifically for record labels. All right. And then essentially what a record label is, it's a group of, it's one company that has multiple artists, right? When you're an independent artist and you're not part of a label and you're doing everything yourself, you're an LLC. You're one company with one artist. Record label is one company with multiple artists. So the only difference between a record label and an independent artist is literally the amount of artists that are involved or not, right? If it's just one, you're not a label. You're just an artist, right? Now, of course, that one artist can make a record label, but that's no different than just signing up with a distribution as somebody and just releasing music. Record label is the multitude of it. So the services are the same, but I don't think that they specifically have services that cater specifically to record label needs. So if they do, I'll look into it further. If they do, I'll probably leave a comment in the comment of this video, all right, to further go into it. But as of right now, as far as what I know from them, no, they don't have any services specifically to record labels, all right? Now, with that question though, and just really general with music distribution companies, all right, I definitely want to let you guys know that I feel like a lot of people, because a lot of people are always asking questions about music, about pretty much just about music distribution companies, which one I should go with. I hope I'm making the right choice, this, that, and the third. And a lot of people are always worried. And believe it or not, a lot of artists haven't released music yet because they're still in the phase of picking a music distribution company, all right? You guys got to understand that regardless of what music distribution company you pick, you will always have an opportunity to go to another music distribution company. All right. I almost feel like people treat music distribution companies as record labels. Like you're signing a record label deal and you're signing your life away and you just want to make sure you're making the right decision. And that way you don't end up broke like some of these older artists, right? Music distribution companies aren't that, all right? They're not record labels. If you decide to release a song through DistroKid and you don't like DistroKid anymore or you don't like how it turned out, you could always transfer that song to another distribution company or just go with another company, all right? It's not as a big of a deal as you might make it out to be. Of course, you still want to do your due diligence. You still want to research it. You still want to look into it. You still want to know what's the best fit for you. All right. But if you're not satisfied with the one that you chose, that doesn't mean that you can't change it. All right. So let's take a little weight off of our shoulders when it comes to actually picking a music distribution company, because it's not that crazy. Now, if you want to know what my recommendations are, all right, for those of you who haven't seen it already, you definitely want to go to my channel here and you just want to type in music distribution 2024, because I do a new video every year because a lot of distribution companies change. They may change their prices, may change their terms and conditions or their services. All right, so I do one every year. So this year's is this one right here. All right, for 2024, I'll actually share this link on the chat as well for those who are watching now and those who may be watching the replay. That's the link for this video here. In this video, I just highlight the ones that I consider, at least for this year, are the top music distribution companies for this year. All right, and I tell you the pros and cons between all three of them, or all three or four of them. I don't remember how much I did in this video. All right, and you basically make your choice from there. But again, choosing that doesn't mean that you're stuck, that you're locked in for life or anything like that. all it means is that that's the one you chose now, and you can always make that transfer to another one if things don't pan out the way you want it to pan out. All right. Now, of course, there's some music distribution companies that I would never recommend. All right, because I've done enough research on them. I've heard enough things about them to no longer recommend them. And, you know, I feel like I gotta at least tell you at least one or two of them. All right. So let me do that. Okay. So unfortunately, one of the ones that I hear the most bad, I won't say the most bad things about, but a lot of issues about is Ditto. And no, not the Pokemon. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Let me put Ditto Music. All right, so Ditto Music, right? Ditto Music Distribution. I've heard a lot about Ditto. Ditto used to be one of the ones that I recommended, but then what I started realizing with a lot of people leaving comments in the comment section is that Ditto has some type of issue paying artists, right? And that's a big no-no. That is a big no-no, because everyone is trying to get paid as an artist. That's why they have a music distribution. That's why they decided to go with a music distribution company. So I don't know. Now, they are in the UK, so I don't know if it's just an issue with money being transferred or whatever the case may be. But Ditto is one of those that I can't recommend because of the issues that they have with that. All right. Doesn't mean it's a bad company. I just know that a lot of people have issues. I personally haven't had issues, and I know some of you guys may be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You've never had any issues, so how can you speak on behalf of other people? You're absolutely right. I can't speak on behalf of other people, but when enough people tell me they have the same issue, I believe that there's something going on, right? I'm not saying that they're all telling the truth or they're all lying, but I am saying where there's smoke, there is fire, all right? And something is going on, and I wouldn't recommend it just for that purpose, because you could end up being one of those people, right? So there are certain distribution companies that I would just from the jump, I just wouldn't recommend, all right? Especially if you know exactly what you want as an artist, all right? But outside of that, like I said, and even if you did have Ditto, or if you have Ditto right now and you're watching it and you're one of those people who's thinking about leaving, you can still do that. You don't got to stay there. You don't have to. You're not signed to no deal or nothing. All right. They don't own your music. You can do whatever you want with it. You could cancel with them today and go with another distribution. All right. What's going on? Take care. I see you joining in on the live. Appreciate you for joining in and showing some support. All right. Sherelle, thank you for joining in on the live to show some support on IG. All right. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm actually on YouTube right now, just answering music industry question, the best music industry question that's answered on my live today. We'll actually get the ebook, and I've had some pretty good questions so far, and I think I know what my favorite question is so far. All right, so if I don't get another question, I already know who the winner is going to be, because it is it was a really good question. All right, so I guess now we're about to come to a close here. All right, I made sure I answered all the questions. I have all the questions that I lined up for today and everything like that. So as far, of course, I have to get some particulars out the way before we go. So of course, I'm here every Tuesday at noon Eastern. All right, so if you have any music industry questions that you want answered live on YouTube, join me, hit the notification button. All right, just make sure your notifications are on so that when I'm on live, you guys know that I'm live. Or you could go to my website, sign up with my email listing. All right, to show you guys here my website. This is my website right here. All right, you could go to my website, and as soon as you go to my website, that's www.WesTheTechProductions.com. This window will come up. When this window comes up, just fill it out and subscribe. Once you subscribe, you will actually get an email every Tuesday morning when I'm going live as a reminder, and you'll actually get my email for my Thursday, my every new tech tip video. You'll get that as well. I'll always keep you guys in the loop, so I just share that with you guys there. You can subscribe to my channel. All right, make sure you do that. Yeah, I only prefer the questions on YouTube. All right, but since we're almost done here, go ahead and ask it here on IG. I'll answer it for you today on IG Live. But yes, I typically want on YouTube for the chance to win the prize. But I'll honor the question. I'll honor your question here. So answer it quick. All right, because we're coming to a close here. So yeah, make sure you guys Subscribe. That way you'll always have access to the information. You'll always be up to date with any music industry things that are going on. You can always do that through the website. All right. And you definitely want to check out my membership club. All right. So with my membership club, there's a lot of features that you'll actually be able to participate in. You'll get priority replies to comments. You get members only exclusive walkthrough videos and free month-to-month music business coaching sessions with me personally. All you have to do is hit that join button on the bottom of my video. All right, and it'll show you the different perks. All right, there's tons of different perks that you could get just being a part of my membership program on YouTube. So if you guys want to look into that, you can definitely look into that as well. And it shows you my question is not about distribution. That's okay. It's about working on tracks. Oh, you want to work on tracks with me? All right, well, get at me, hit my DM up. All right, and we could definitely talk about that. All right, just answer the question in the DM, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can here. Because of course, like I said, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. You know, if I have the answer for it, I'll be more than happy to share. I'll be more than happy to oblige. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you guys out. All right. But thank you all for tuning in. All right. Thank you for being part of my Tuesday live today. Now for the final part, of course, is me seeing who the actual winner is. All right. So the questions that were asked live was from a few people. All right. But out of all the questions that I saw, the questions that I actually consider the best question, all right, and I guess drum roll please, the winner of my ebook is actually going to be Chiwas. All right, Chiwas, you are actually in fact the winner of my ebook, the 13 steps to jumpstart your music business. All right, because I really appreciated the question that you asked about TikTok. All right, typically I always award the winner to someone who gets me to do another video or get more information on it. You get what I'm saying? If it's something that I've already answered before, all right, through previous videos, then I'll send you the link. But if it's something that's like, oh, that's a good question, let me look into that further, that's typically my favorite question because it sparks me doing more with that question, right? So the question I'm referring to is the TikTok question, all right, because with asking that question, it makes me understand that I'm not the only one having that problem, that other people, including yourself, is having a problem with that your music being on the TikTok music catalog. So I'm going to look into that further. I'm going to find out, and I'm probably going to have to do a video about that so that people with DistroKid know that they will also have the issue with that as well. And if I do find a solution for it, I'll also mention the solution in the YouTube video as well. But anytime you ask me a question that allows me to make another video for another tip video for it, that's usually the people who win. So Chiwas, congratulations to you, brother. Congratulations for joining in. Hit me up in the DMs on IG Live. All right, so I'll send you the link. I'll provide you with everything that you need in order to download your free copy of the 13 steps to jumpstart your music business. All right, but for any one of you guys who didn't win, I strongly recommend you to grab the ebook anyway, because it's a very, very great ebook. All right, I got tons of good reports and good reviews on it. All right, people just really, really enjoy people. It helps them out, especially if you don't know what to do. You just know that you want to make music. If you know you want to make music, but you never heard of music distribution, you don't know the ins and out of these things when it comes to just starting off and putting yourself in a position to start your own music business, this is the ebook for you. Make sure you grab that there. All right, and it'll help you guys out. All right, but that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you, of course, for joining in to my Tuesday live Q&A. Be on the lookout for my tech tip that's dropping this Thursday. All right, and just always stay informed. All right, make sure you guys follow me on all the other social media platforms. It's WesTheTech. All right, and of course, I'm an artist myself. I got music out. If you want to check out my music and stuff too, everything that's been playing in the background has been my music. You could definitely check that out as well. And if you want to support me in any way you can, even if it's in prayer, or even if it's in support, or just hopping on the live just to support it, right? In any way, I appreciate every blessing that comes my way. So I thank you guys all for always joining in, for just making me feel like I'm doing what God called me to do, right? So thank you guys so much. I hope to see you guys next week again right here on Tuesday Live. And y'all stay safe and be blessed. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.